I'm vengeance.
Wakanda forever!
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Suit Up Geek Fix podcast. My name is Lo, representing sunny California, and over on the East Coast, representing Philly, we got the man Dibes. How are you, Mr. Crockpot?
Doing well, man. Loki just keeps upping the ante again and again. What a freaking episode. I'm excited to talk about it.
Hell yes. And if you don't know, this stream is dedicated to the Loki series on Disney Plus. We are almost at the end. We are currently on episode 5, Journey into the Mystery, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Journey into the Mystery. And spoiler warning. We are going to talk spoilers. If you haven't, go on Disney Plus and please watch this excellent show. And may I preface this conversation with, this is my favorite show so far. We were treated with WandaVision. We were had a little ups and downs with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I am overjoyed with Loki. Every episode has been engaging for myself. I know others have felt otherwise with the last couple episodes, but I love the direction this is going. I love the character work. And from the post-credit scene, the first one of the season, by the way, from the first post-credit scene of the season last week, jumping right into this void where Loki has landed. What a pleasant surprise. I don't want to take all your thunder, so Dives, please break down your first impressions of this week's episode.
Yeah, this was an episode that needs to be rewatched like at least a dozen times. You had Thanos' copter get a review. There's so many Easter eggs. It was just like orgasmic. You had Frog 4. You had Yellow Jacket's helmet. You had Ronin's ship even showed up. The Void was just a plethora of Easter eggs. It was so much fun. Just things happening so quickly.
Oh, and real quick, we finally got our beautiful background that we've been showing every week. And the guy with the forks in his helmet. Hell yeah.
It was just a pure sensory overload. Richard E. Grant, we'll get into it, absolutely killed it in this episode. Completely stole the show. Alligator Loki was just chef's kiss. I like watching this, The Void, which we'll go into deeper. Like all I kept thinking about, like I just think of like Sony going, "Oh, hey, we have the Spider-Verse," and then Marvel's like, "Hold my beer, we have the freaking Loki verse." So whichever is best, you decide, because I think we all win. Whatever the outcome is with that one. But the cinematography, the visual effects, as always, spectacular. What a memorable episode.
Yeah, man. And to kind of touch on what you're saying with the multiverse stuff, this was like a living representation of that Spider-Man meme on the internet where the Spider-Man are like pointing at each other. This was a living representation of that. We had a room full of Lokis just beating the shit out of each other, but that little standoff in a circle, it was just like, well, oh, he betrayed me. And it's like, of course he betrayed you. He's a freaking Loki. Like, that was just awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to just kind of kick off the memorable moments here. Yeah. There was a plenty, but I got to admit, like, it's a small scene, but the scene that stole it for me, and I was overjoyed. Well, it's not my favorite scene, but I got to mention Alligator Loki biting off President Loki's hand. I laughed so hard, Dives. I was like screaming. I was like, ah! And then like he proceeded to scream afterwards, like, ah!
I hope we get Alligator Loki again moving forward, but does a part of you wish that Alligator Loki spoke at all? Any thought about that?
Oh man, I think that would have been like chef's kiss. Like if he had like Tom Hiddleston's voice, like just like talking shit right back to him, that would have been great.
Yeah. Anyway, that was you nailed it. Like my favorite moment, I'll get to in a second, but my second favorite moment was the Loki versus Loki, where you just see them like betraying one another, going back and forth. It was a pure chaos. It was just pure chaos. I love that moment so much. I love the Mobius moment when Loki and Mobius like embraced and hugged as friends. That was just so sentimental. And for a character like Loki, like that was a big deal. That was a big deal for that character, which who knows? I don't even know if he had one of those with Thor. So that was a really memorable moment. But hands down, the best moment of this episode was played by Old Man Loki when he said "glorious purpose," and he just had that Loki laugh. He saved the day. He made the sacrificial play, for Loki and Sylvie. It was just an unbelievable performance. Richard E. Grant deserves a ton of props in this episode. The costume design was terrific. Everything about it, like I loved how he was recreating Asgard. It was just such an emotional moment. So that's my favorite part. That laugh, that Loki laugh at the very end was just, like you said, chef's frickin' kiss.
All right, real quick, I want to shout out Jameson Tyler. Oh crap! Holy crap! Oh god, I'm all over the place. Hey, how you doing, Jameson? Thank you for joining us. He's asking if we're familiar with T.J. Hooker. That's William Shatner, right? Or is it David Hasselhoff?
Oh my god, I don't even know. I have no clue, man. So
anyways, shout out to Nostalgic Television there. Oh, it is Shatner. It is Shatner. That's awesome.
Cool.
And Heather Locklear. Holy crap. The beautiful girl that Wayne and Garth were drooling over. Anyways, so I actually didn't get a chance to call my shot, but I had a feeling that our favorite moments would be Richard E. Grant. If you guys don't know who Richard E. Grant is, he's a wonderful actor who's been in many things of Game of Thrones, Star Wars, and he's been in the movie business for a long time. He's a fantastic actor. That was actually my favorite moment, and it wasn't so much the glorious purpose part, but it was that initial moment when he started like creating the illusion of Asgard. That was just so beautiful. And then like the sheer power that he possessed over being this Loki for so many years. I loved how like Tom Hiddleston was like, can we do that?
It just gave me so many goosebumps. Like that entire segment, just him in the costume and giving that laugh, and Marvel having this like amazingly faithful take on this Marvel character. It was just amazingly well done. And just to kind of piggyback off of like what you said, like I love the entire premise of this show. Like the fact that this is essentially a therapy session for Loki, where he's going up against himself. He's facing all of his mistakes in the past literally head on, and he's having to come out of it on the other end as a better person. And just I give so much props to this show and the creators and the writers for having a vision and nailing it. And like just seeing Loki just move forward in this show has been so much fun.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think the overall theme of like, as Lokis, we can change, like we can be better. And Sylvie and our Loki that we love, like agreeing, like we can do this, we can take this down and be the heroes that no one believes we can be. Yeah. And I love that. Yeah. So, I mean, what an action-packed, what an emotional episode, especially the reunion of Mobius and Loki. Where do you think we will end up next episode, Dives, man? You're the theory king, man. Let me hear what you got, man.
I mean, this entire thing has been building up to Kang. We got...
Is it Kang, though?
You got the monster. I forget what the name of the monster is at this current time. It has a name. But anyway, that is actually a lot. Was it
the cloud monster thing? It was
right? Goliath. Yeah,
Goliath. Yeah,
Goliath. That is actually an enemy of Kang, and there's history there. We've got we've explored Kang's domain, Ravana. There's so many things that have been hinting towards Kang, but I'm not gonna lie, man. When I can't help but like think back to how many times I was wrong, because you had Mephisto dead straight serious. I thought for sure Mephisto was showing up. Didn't happen. You think back to WandaVision, maybe a Fantastic Four reveal. Didn't happen. Who was the power broker? It was Sharon Carter. There are so many times in these shows where I'm just like, it's Kang. I just don't see it. I don't see the way this is building up. There's so much to go down there in this finale. You've got Mobius and B-15 versus Ravonna and Miss Minutes. You've got Loki versus Alioth. There's so much to unwrap here in this finale. There's no way they're just going to throw in Jonathan Majors. Although it could be a post-credit scene, very likely, although I'm still maybe like the second post-credit scene, because I still hope the first post-credit scene is my man Mobius on that jet ski. That better freaking happen. But I just don't see it. In the way this story is unfolding, I don't know. And I don't like, this is the first time where I'm like, you know what? It doesn't look very good that Kang is going to make some glorious reveal here in the finale.
So, with any fandom, fans tend to ship characters, as in root for characters to like fall in love and be with each other. And I hate to admit it, man. I am shipping Sylvie and Loki very hard. And I couldn't help this. I don't know if you felt this, Dives, but when he conjured the blanket and they had their moment in the blanket, I was like Sebastian from Little Mermaid. I was like, kiss me, girl. Sha-la-la-la-la. Don't be scared. Like, I was just like, kiss her. Kiss her. So next episode, that's what I'm shooting my shot on. I think we'll get this big confession of love. Of course, Loki fell in love with himself. Of course. Yeah. I think it's awesome, especially because they're not really the same person. I mean, they're obviously two souls from different parts of the universe, however you want to explain that. But I love it. I'm rooting for it. I hope we get a big kiss. I agree with you, actually. I think Kang will be absolutely in a post-credit sequence. And even if it's not Jonathan Majors per se, maybe we get like a little hint, like how we got Captain Marvel on a beeper. Some.
Do we lose Loretto? All right, we lost Loretto. He probably will come back. He looks frozen on my end. But yeah, another prediction I have is how does this wrap up? In the comics, there is a segment where Kang actually unleashes Alioth onto the TVA. I think there is a really good chance we see that go down in terms, there's going to be a ton of drama going down here with the TVA in the finale. I think there's a really good chance that we see Sylvie and Loki unleash and Alioth onto the TVA, which will eventually take them down. Lo, can you hear me?
Sorry. Did you see? I kind of like left for a second. Did you see me at all?
Yeah, he froze. So yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'm so sorry. What did I miss?
No, I was saying another prediction I have is in the comics, there's a storyline where Kang unleashes Alioth onto the TVA to take them down. I think that could be a very strong bet that Sylvie and Loki find a way to open a giant TAMPAD and get him in there, and that is the way the TVA ends. Anyway,
that's kind of cool, kind of like twisting like what happened there and putting it to their favor.
Yep.
That would be freaking fantastic, man. That's awesome. Anything else you want to touch on in terms of this episode that we might have missed?
Oh, my goodness. I guess the question is, could it be a variant of Kang? I never thought of that until like this episode. What if it's some sort of Loki? Like what if it's actually Loki that's, a variant of Loki, King Loki that's doing all this, and it's not Kang at all. It's actually a version of Loki that we haven't seen yet. Wouldn't that make sense? Where, Loki has to go up against himself, to save the woman he loves or something along those lines. I mean, that's got to be in play. I just can't get away from the Kang thing. Although they're probably saving him for Ant-Man 3. But that's all I got, man. This was an amazing episode. At the end of the day, would I be upset if Kang doesn't show up? Absolutely not. Just like Mephisto. I'm just here for the ride. I have a ton of fun with these things. Making theories is what my bread and butter is all about. at the end of the day, I wasn't upset that Mephisto never showed up in WandaVision. I praised it during our review. I loved how they kept it simple and made it about Wanda and Vision and making a beautiful story. I'm hoping for the same here. So I think if I were a betting man, I would say very unlikely we get Kang here. Although me last week at this time, I was like, it's Kang. We're getting Kang.
Yeah, man. I'm exactly in the same boat. I feel like if we don't see Kang, I'm not going to go on the internet and cry about it. I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there on Twitter like, oh, this show sucks. Oh, why the hell did, and I don't even want to hear it. Like, don't give me none of that. Honestly, I would really be disappointed if it was a variant of Loki. It makes sense. And I could see the showrunners kind of pulling the rug on us as a big twist. I wouldn't like it though. I feel like they could do something better, and I really hope it is either Kang or Miss Minutes. I don't know who Miss Minutes could actually be, but I've heard some people like rumors and grumblings about Miss Minutes. I think that will be interesting.
Like I keep thinking, like, is it someone that we haven't thought about? What if it was that like little animated guy? What if it was the little animated guy that we like? He's just cute as a button, but he's actually like running things, and we don't know it. Who knows?
Right. So yeah, how about for grades for this episode, man? Where would you rank it amongst the other episodes of the season?
I still prefer the last episode. I'd probably put this at a 9.345. There's a great episode, just top to bottom, visual effects wise, amazing moments wise. The show continues to deliver. There's no question. I mean, there's no question that this is the best Marvel series to date. I can't even argue that anymore. As much as I love WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this blowing them out of the water. Like that scene versus Goliath felt like you were watching almost like phase 1 or phase 2 cinema quality, epicness. So it was just so well done. The plot, unlike Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which kind of got messy at times, is just top-notch in Loki. The acting, Tom Hiddleston, Sylvie, the characters, everything about Loki right now, top to bottom, is my favorite of the MCU. And I just give so many props to Natalie Holt. My God, her score is just unbelievably gorgeous, continues to deliver. Just everything about it. Everything about it makes this, for me, the best Marvel show.
Hey, 100%. Top-notch casting, Gugu Mbatho Ra, who plays Ren Ravenslayer, Sophia DiMartino, who plays Sylvie. Amazing women, amazing actresses. I am so floored. I'm giving this episode a solid 9. It's right up there. I'm still kind of attached to the finale, and I really, really liked episode 3. But this whole season's been a joy to watch. And like you said, Dibes, I really feel like we are watching and enjoying a cinema quality film at home. Like we are being delivered that type of experience. And I am so happy and excited as a Marvel fan to have this. Like, yeah. I mean, did Falcon and Winter Soldier have moments of cinematic quality? Sure. John Walker with the bloody shield and Sam, Anthony Mackie in the full suit. It was beautiful. But I think this is the first time that all the pieces are really falling into place here. So another fantastic episode. We have the finale next week. I cannot wait. Tomorrow we also have a Bad Batch review, but I am most excited for our next movie draft. Yeah. Dibes, please break it down for everybody watching at home.
All right, everyone, if you're watching, mark your calendars. July 24th, 8 p.m. East Coast time. Our next movie draft will be live with 10 players, 10 teams, picking the best of the best when it comes to female movie characters. Amy Dunn, Moana, Katniss Everdeen, Sarah Connor. Like the list goes on and on and on with some of these most amazing characters. So animated is fair game, live action's fair game, and there will be 10 teams in 5 rounds. And then what happens after that, we do a post-game show to grade each one of our teams. And then we're going to throw it to Twitter. And Twitter, I'm actually doing it right now, the bracket, to be honest. That's when you were messaging me, like, hey, let's do it. I was creating the bracket. So that's going to be out, like, right after this.
Epic.
Who plays who in the first round and moving forward. So Twitter, you will decide who has the best 5 female movie characters of all time. So it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to like 2 things. First of all, we have a wonderful panel of creators, especially this is our first time. This is the most female guests we've had ever on our show, which is going to be a landmark. And I'm super excited to get some diversity with our voices. And second of all, I'm really curious to see how high certain characters rank because, we've got action heroines. We've got like animated like darlings, like icons. And we've also got like just regular plain like phenomenal actresses playing great roles. And I'm curious to see how each one stacks up. And it's going to make for an entertaining night of movie drafting. So I can't wait for that.
You have the number 2 pick.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of know where I'm going, but I am a little bit torn because I wanted to see how people play it out first. I was hoping to get a later pick in the first round, so I can just kind of like see the playing field. Like, all right, they're gonna go with this and that. Get an idea of where we're going. So,
yeah, it's hard. This is a toughie. I think we talked about this on our previous review. Like this. The top 20 are all bangers. Like they're all amazing choices. So I don't know where you're gonna go, buddy, but I would love to know it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In terms of fandom, I'm a little bit of a homer. I'll give you that hint. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. This was yet another Loki episode review that we will do the finale next week. I wouldn't mind a watch party. It's up to you. I know we get really busy, but possibly do one.
I don't see why not. We should, man.
Hell yeah. If you guys like the stream, please like, if you like the review, please like and subscribe down below. You can follow us on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks, as well as on YouTube /the Suit Up Geeks. For Dives and myself, we'll catch you guys tomorrow for the Bad Batch. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.